We live.
We live, baby.
Live. Go down. 3, 2, 1. You Can't Make This Up podcast. Kev Nash.
DJ Killer Kev.
Hey, Dizzle.
Episode
348.
Fellas, I say this all the time. We got a lot to get into.
A lot.
We don't have a lot of time. But this is for real. We definitely got a lot of shit to get into. I mean, niggas in the NBA are wilding, especially in South Carolina boys. NBA finals, so much going on, man. But first and foremost, fellas, how was the week?
I had a very busy week. I know Dizzle had a busy week. I'll knock mine out first. Where do I want to start? So I'll start with this. Fellas, I had a glimpse of what it's like to be rich.
Hey.
Just a glimpse, though. Just a glimpse.
You got the food stamp card.
Oh, no.
Racked up?
It's better than that. So, a good friend of mine that the pod knows, I don't have to say his name, but one of my most famous friends, hit me up and said, bro, long story short, I found my dream car, a 1966 Cadillac Eldorado. Yeah, I know it's a project car, but it got the mileage that I'm looking for. You mind going to check it out? So my friend, I don't want to say his name in case you don't want this out yet, but y'all know what I'm talking about. The true listeners know.
True that.
So he has me go check it out, take pictures. You know, I go back the next day, have him started up. He hits me back. I'm copping. So then I'm like, cool. I thought I just did my good deed, and that was that. He goes, I'm about to wire you the money so you can go pay for it. I'm like, oh, okay. So I wake up one day to a 5-figure number in my account. And I was like, oh, shit. The responsibility of that 5 figures hit hard where I'm at work. Like, let's get this shit done because I got some shit to go do after work.
Right.
So go over there and get everything handled. The one thing that we didn't know is the state that he lives in has a 6% tax. So he had to, send a couple extra dollars, but got it all squared away. And it was nice to see that money off of my account because the responsibility, I ain't want no Apples and YouTube TVs and subscriptions and,
Just slowly but surely start dinging it away.
And I'm like, damn, I got to go put some of my money on it. But no, it was all worked out. So
how many times did you check your account just to look at the balance?
Every 3 hours. Because what I did was I moved it to the savings until I was ready to go.
Smart.
And then I just went on the app, increased the limit, swiped, and got it up out of there. So it was one of those moves. But
that's what's up.
That was super nice, super dope to do for my boy. I can't wait to see what he does with that car. It's one of those drop top long bodies. It's gonna be. I can see it down Hollywood Boulevard in a couple months or years. So I can't wait to see what he does with it. But did that. Then also shouts to Illy's Pizza at the West Social Tap House. They had me DJ on Thursday. I DJ'd 6 to 9 p.m. 70s, 80s, 90s. It was a perfect evening. They put the garage up. People's on the patio. We had a patio vibe, had a little inside vibe. Come and get your food. Oh, that's killer. There was a lot of that going on. So did that Thursday.
So that's an ongoing thing, right?
Yeah, they do that every Thursday. They're going to have me once a month, I think, every second Thursday. So that's something that I locked in. That'd be nice to do. Just get out in the community again and show my face and have something to do during the week. So,
I feel like those are like the funner gigs because you don't got no real expectations. You're out there just vibing in your bag, just 70s, testing 80s, shit 90s, out.
You can't really miss. There's so many hits from those decades that, you play your Prince, your Michaels, your Stevies, you really can't miss.
Yeah.
So super dope. Me and the wife has. Man, I didn't know this too. Y'all that live here in Dayton, go to the tap house if you want to drink. I had doubles for like 14. What I'm saying? Can't beat it. What I'm saying? Doubles of a Neho. You know what I'm saying? So I was out here Resposatoing and then a Nehoing and stepping it up. So, but did that, man. Just a busy week and getting ready to DJ at Sweet 16 in Columbus. Also, I wanted to say this on the pod too. I bossed up. I've been out here, been outside. Had to upgrade the experience for the wife. She's never flown first class.
Oh,
so
hey.
So the flight to Vegas involves Cincinnati to LA. So that's a long 4 hour. We'll get to have some breakfast and experience that whole thing, and then LA to Vegas is first class, but then on the way back we comfort plus. I wasn't doing it twice.
So I'm about to be the only one never flown first class.
So I've done it through my friend that I was talking about. I got to do that before, but never had to really pay for it. So that's why we
you got to do it once, man, because once you do it once, now you're looking to see if it's doable the next go around. Like it's worth it just for the extra comfort, man.
Yeah, so looking forward to that. But yeah, had a good week of that, just getting ready for everything that's coming up. So
I don't know if y'all know this about me, man. I'm cheap. I may not look like it, but I'm a cheap ass nigga, man. I am really cheap. I spend my money on certain things, but most things I'm fucking cheap on. Like I will a low budget meal type of nigga. You know, great value ain't never did me wrong. Like I'm that type of nigga. So, I think the way I figure, like if we in the air, we in the air, nigga.
Yeah, that's facts.
If we in the building for a concert, we in there. Why we gotta be on the first row? Like we here,
right? I'm cheap on other things, but when I travel, when I go out of town, when I'm stepping out and representing me, you know what I'm saying? Like that's when I really be like, I want to experience some shit and I'm cheaper like on shoes and clothes where you like stay fresh. I'll be like, you know what? I got 3 kids and a wife. Who am I out here impressing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, when I get to go out and do these things and have these moments in our family and all that, it's like, when are we going to fly first class again? You know what I'm saying? So let's do it for your big day.
So with that being said, if, and I'll preface if, because she listens to the pod, if we ever fly first class, the only reason we will be doing it is for her. Because I don't feel the need to fly first class. Well, ever. So the only reason I will do it is so she can experience.
I did
not for myself.
I've done it twice. This would be my 3rd time. The second time I did it, I forgot. My buddy had points, and he wanted to make it an experience going to LA for a BET weekend. Mm-hmm. So we flew from Dayton to Charlotte just to have the long flight from Charlotte to LA. When I tell you the Charlotte to LA flight, we drunk all the Jack and Coke they had on the flight.
Yeah, because they'll rack you out and they'll keep on bringing them as soon as you're done.
So so that's what I'm looking forward to. I don't care. It's gonna be 7 a.m. We're gonna be drinking with breakfast.
And I will say, the time I did the first class flight, I did not sleep. I was getting my money's worth, so I was drinking. I was not sleeping through that flight.
Yeah,
I hate flying. I love sleeping on flying.
They doing mimosas, I wonder.
They got to, especially for the Earthbird flight.
Yeah, to get some of that popping off. That might be
Dizzle, I seen photos.
Oh,
yeah. I said the move. I had some R&B music for that.
Now we got the maternity shoot photos back. Shout outs to, she actually was saying she didn't want shout outs, but shout outs to her. She does other stuff, and she was hooking us up with photos. She doesn't do that for real, but she did a great job. We got a spot in Dayton. Hey, it was lit, man.
We with no amateur.
we there's a spot in Dayton in this old building. It looks run down on the outside, but then you go in the building, there's like rooms set up just for photo shoots, and not a whole bunch of other empty rooms. But we booked that for about an hour and a half, got hundreds of photos. Shit came out pretty good, man.
Nice. What was the soundtrack vibes? I know I had to have a playlist.
Yeah, I mean, I had just one of the vibes playlist going, R&B, you know, make sure my wife was comfortable, make sure she was glittered down, oiled up, you know what I'm saying? I had to knock out a few push-ups.
Hey, I saw the side picture where you would look like you was not, like you just got done working out.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly.
Like, that was the push-ups I was talking about.
Get a quick little pump in. But photos came out great. We're going to get some of them probably blowed up, put in the house somewhere. My mom was eager to share it on Facebook. She ended up sharing my whole photo album of like everything, all 300 something photos. Not even the maternity shoot, like my whole photo album. And so like my old pictures of myself. Oh. Yeah.
And before we got to touch off the subject, I'm a big fan of y'all like mini vlogs y'all doing with y'all stories and
appreciate
walks, and the bedroom looks super dope. I saw you like 1 for 4 from the jumper from the chair, so I see you gonna be getting the work in. But like what y'all doing, man, is super dope and memorable, and I'm a big fan of that. I'm watching y'all do that.
You know, this was months ago, and I really realized how Instagram and Facebook is our home videos. You know, my family was a big record everything.
Yeah.
So we got a ton of VHSs of just home videos of us doing shit. We don't got that nowadays. And then there's a little feature on Instagram, the archives.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever go through that. It literally holds every single story you've ever made since you've been on Instagram. So me and my wife was literally on just for hours, just running through it, and it was like, yo, we are literally watching home videos right now. So definitely got to do the vlogs. Yes.
This has absolutely nothing to do with your photo shoot. And congratulations. But you bring up the archives on Facebook and on Instagram, but we all three have iPhones.
Mhm.
So if they can have memories from 10 years ago on those services, how come we constantly have to pay for the cloud on here?
So
Like I get that notification like, hey, upgrade to the 2.5 gigabyte cloud for $9.99 a month. Hey, nigga, just give me this shit for free because they give it to me for free.
I just saw something on like when you get down the rabbit hole of YouTube and you might be watching reels or whatever. One popped up where it's a hack where it was saying stop paying for that because Google gives out a free with their membership. They give out a free amount of storage. I think Prime does it or something.
Yeah.
There was a few other places where you can get your stuff saved for free and not have to literally pay for it. But again, creature of habits, like I'm stuck on paying for that for my music and everything else. So it's like I don't want to just because I'm in a funk mentally about something like I'm moving all my shit to the free shit, and then so
I get like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What else? Got our cars detailed.
Nice.
They already right back dirty, man. Like,
little man ain't here yet.
I know, but nah, they needed to be. It was bad, man. I remember spilling I was drunk from the high school reunion a couple years ago and spilled a plate of beans in my car and never cleaned it up.
Damn.
I don't know what happened. I think I just forgot I left the plate in there. So the next morning, the plate was spilled over. Got the plate up, and it was like, damn, I'm gonna get these beans later, and never did. So they got the beans out. It smells like a new car, but I can start seeing the little crumbs just starting to pile up already, man.
You got the bag in the trunk?
What, like a trash bag?
No, to get ready for the big day bag.
Oh no, we're we need to make that. We got the items, now we just got to put it in a bag.
But close.
Yeah, what else? It is getting close. DJ gig was dope yesterday.
Okay.
Shit was lit.
Yeah.
Did you see the food?
I saw the cover of napkin. I can see that.
Yeah, the
what
food
was the main course?
I don't know what that was. The food was decent. The size was great, and then I don't know if I thought it was fish, and then I couldn't cut into it, and I was like, all right, I gotta get a knife. And usually with fish, you just kind of slice it easy. Bro, I took a bite of that. That shit was tough. It chewed like chicken, bro.
Cow's tongue.
Right.
I don't know, but nah, gig was great.
It was vibing in there.
Yeah, from beginning to end. So it was a good time. One of the gigs that actually went to the time limit, and then everybody left. Nobody left early, so it was pretty cool, man.
Nice.
Kev, how was your week?
Man, I've been on my movie game. Obviously, there's no TV shows to watch, so I've been on my movie game.
Strike.
Yeah, man. So I watched 1001. Y'all familiar with that movie? Tiana Taylor's in it.
Oh, wait a minute.
Is she like the mother of the adopted son? Or
yeah. So she's the mom, and her kid is in the foster care system, and she kidnaps him. And they travel to a different borough. So this is taking place in the early 90s or whatever. So when she kidnaps him, and so it's just basically them growing up, their life growing up. She changes as a mom, he changes as a kid, she gets married, all that type of stuff. So it's ups and downs, and it really takes place in New York. So you kind of get a backdrop of how New York was in the early 90s to the different governments involved, to the stop and frisk going on. So he's a teenager when stop and frisk comes around, and then gentrification going on, apartment issues, people trying to move you out the neighborhood type of vibe, all on the backdrop of her kidnapping her son. So it was me and my wife talk about this. Like, we always end up watching a sad ass movie like on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
We watched a man called Otto recently.
And I finally watched that.
It's a good movie, but it's sad as fuck.
I finally watched that. I had to go get busy at the end. I had to go do something.
What's that one?
Putting shit away, finishing out the movie. Like,
what's that one about?
Oh man! So a man called Otto, an older gentleman, he basically retires from his job. His wife has already passed away. And kind of like how they always say, man, once you lose that job or lose that significant other, you lose the will to live. But he gets a new neighbor that increases his will to live and keep going and things like that.
Who's in it?
Tom Hanks, the great Tom Hanks, second best actor of all time.
and he was taking some final measures a few times trying to get up out of there.
What an asshole!
and every time something would bring him back to just living some more. So.
Yeah, I'm sure Killer seen this movie, Grumpy Old Man.
Oh yeah.
From the trailers, I thought that all right, this is just about to be like a version of Grumpy Old Man. It was, but it was the real grown-up version of it.
Exactly. It was Grumpy Old Man was my shit. That was a good movie.
Yeah, and then
seen that Dizzle?
Oh,
good winter movie. About October-ish. Go check that out.
Yeah, for sure. Then yesterday, I went to go see the new Transformers movie. Y'all know I love the old school movies, and Transformers was my shit as a kid growing up. This is a part of the Beast Wars series. I didn't watch Beast Wars as a kid, but this threw it back a little bit. Takes place in the 90s as well. So, right in my wheelhouse, Fox with that. And then on Saturday night, I went to the I Love the 90s show at the Phrase.
How was that?
It was dope. Tretch from Naughty by Nature was there. Kid and Play was in the building. Color Me Bad. They were on and off. They were on and off within 6 minutes.
Really?
Yes.
2 hits.
We parked the car as we were walking over. We hear the crowd. Oh, welcome to the stage. Color Me Bad. By the time we got to the venue, thank you.
Damn.
I was like, God damn.
Right.
And then the funniest part of the whole night, by far, was 2 Live Crew was there. But no Uncle Luke, no Marquise, obviously no Fresh Kid Ice. He's gone to see the Lord, R.I.P. It was just the DJ, Mr. Mix. But he was rapping all the songs as if he was a rapper. And like, yeah, I'm DJ Mr. Mix. I'm like, yeah, I know who you are, but where the hell is Uncle Luke?
Right. Yeah, we need somebody from the crew.
Yeah, like you were the DJ and producer. So that would be, I don't even know what that would be like today because there aren't too many like groups anymore that are like, all right, we got 2 rappers and a DJ, but like that's what that would be like. Hey man, I'm the DJ and it's 2 live crew. No, there's just crew. There's no 2 or live.
Right.
So that was hilarious, man. But it was a good time checking that out, man. Tretch tore it down, put on a good show. Kid and Play did the Kid Play kick step. Always a good sight to see.
Yeah, the niggas getting up in age too.
Definitely.
Sheesh.
But all right, man. It's sports talk time,
That's
man.
A lot of it too.
And we could almost have its own segment of quick hitters inside the sports talk. So let's start with light shit. Taylor Swift and Austin Reeves kicking it. Is Austin Reeves having like the best year of his life or what?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Was coming off the bench and wasn't really getting no love, but was putting the rock up. And then midway through the season, being relied on to be that guy off the bench. Then he started starting a little bit.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift on tour.
Woo.
Austin Reeves signed a 2-year, $2.4 million contract.
did he?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Shout outs to him. Ooh, yeah, new money.
2.4, including 2.4 guaranteed.
So with the Lakers, he signed with the Lakers.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't even. Yes, that slipped under my radar.
So, yeah, Taylor Swift can come on get this lunch. I feel him.
He is winning. He is winning in life right now. Also, part of that quick hit life. I guess we can also throw in there the NBA Finals is basically a quick hitter inside the sports.
Damn,
Right?
It's getting that way.
I'm sticking with my guns, man.
You don't believe that.
I can't. You got the Heat hat on. How you gonna say this?
I mean, I'm
rapping.
I'm hoping, but just like Kev said in the video, he's rooting for Miami, but Denver in 5 is looking pretty solid.
So you was Denver in 5.
No, I was Denver in 6. Kev
Okay.
was Denver in 5.
You're the lone wolf.
I'm hoping for. I'm wearing this because I do feel like Miami will win this game because I feel like they have a shot to do this.
Not a chance in hell.
Because Denver gonna want to do it at home.
Mm-hmm.
So the next game.
I'm sorry. Denver's gonna do it on the road. Is what I'm gonna say. Denver's gonna win this in Miami.
They'd rather win in Miami and go kick it.
no. What's gonna happen is they're gonna have to win it in Miami.
Okay, fair enough. What you think is gonna happen?
Heat and 7. I'm sticking to my guns.
So are you saying that because you truly think it's gonna happen, or you just sticking to your pick?
I'm sticking to my pick.
Okay, fair enough. Because when your starting backcourt scores 2 points in the NBA Finals game, you know what's gonna happen. You're gonna lose. I mean, we don't even really need to talk about the games, man. I think the shit ends tomorrow night. I think it ends tomorrow night. I think it's wraps it.
It's over in Denver.
Have y'all seen the disparity of the role players on the Denver Nuggets from the Western Conference Finals to now? Like, where was this KCP a couple weeks ago? Like, my niggas averaging, 6 points?
Bubble MVP playing like shit.
Michael Porter Jr. Yeah, like these niggas is really coming down to earth. They was on another level against the Lakers, bro. I don't like it.
You want to talk about coming back to earth? How about Martin and Strus?
Man, Martin cost me some bread on one of my parlays. I had him just get 15. He was averaging 20. He came into the finals like 0. I was like,
and this is, I don't want to be a tangent, but this is why I'm an averages person. Like, because when people look at total numbers, like, oh man, this person has scored X amount of points in his entire career, or this person has hit X amount of home runs, or this person has this amount of rushing yards, or receiving yards, or passing yards. I'm a person that looks at averages. Because anybody can accumulate a whole bunch of stats if they play long enough. What are you doing on your averages?
Right now, averages.
Yeah. Caleb Martin, for his career, is a 8-point per game scorer. 20 points in the Eastern Conference Finals, that's not him.
Right.
That's not his game. That is not what he does based off of 5 years of professional basketball.
Yeah.
He scores 8 points, and he's scoring about 5 points in the finals. That's who he is. He's about a 5 to 8 point a game guy, not a 20-point per night game.
So 100 a night. Tomorrow.
Oh man, they got to get him ran out the gym.
Think so?
Yeah, this
triple double Jokic.
Nope. Big rest in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
Big rest.
Murray, man. Murray is the MVP for me for them. Murray's
really
just on the simple fact of the percentages that he is shooting. He is shooting that rock, man. And it's been crescendoing through the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
hey, they balling. They putting them up to the likes of Shaq and Kobe, like dynamic duos, and numbers is there.
Jamal Murray can't hold a stick to Kobe Bryant.
Maybe not yet, but he young. What is that? 25? Balling?
This is how it goes, man.
That's not a conversation.
This is not a conversation at all.
I've seen Kobe. I've seen Kobe, and I'm not. They was putting Devin Booker in the Kobe conversation.
Not even close then.
I'm talking about what they're doing in the finals right now is Shaq and Kobe-esque. You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
No, because of the level of competition that they're playing.
The closest thing
we can't hold that. We holding that against them?
I'm not holding it against. They're winning. They're doing what they're supposed to do. They're going to win the championship fair and square. But what Kobe and Shaq did, especially the year that they beat Iverson's team, they only lost one playoff game.
Kobe was like 19.
20. Somewhere around there. Kobe couldn't even drink yet.
Yeah. We talk about 1920.
Cole was rocking number 8 still.
Yeah.
And they were going up against
Afro.
They were going up against the Defensive Player of the Year in Dikembe, MVP of the league, Iverson. And Coach of the Year, Larry Brown, ran through the 15-1 in the playoffs. They go 15-1 through the playoffs next year with the chip, then we can start a conversation. But come on, man. I say this I'm a Michael Jordan stan to the fullest, but there's no greater duo ever. A shooting guard that can do everything that who I think is the greatest player is Michael Jordan can do, but you got Shaquille O'Neal. You're not winning. You're just not, because even if you have Tim Duncan never had a shooting guard like Kobe Bryant.
and he was coming off of them changing the manufacturing of the basketball rims because he was pulling them down.
Ain't nobody I ever take in a 202 game before Shaq and Kobe ever, ever. That's a wrap, man. But in other sports news, we getting rumors about who's gonna take Uncle Shay's spot on Undisputed with Skip Bayless. We're talking about Shady McCoy. We're hearing stuff about Nick Wright. What's y'all vibes on who's gonna replace him?
Hoping we get Chris Broussard in there, but looking like McCoy is gonna be the lead runner in this one, in this story. Good for him. He seems to be okay. I think I watched him on a few interviews, a few podcasts. I think he did the I Am Athlete back in the day. I'm not a huge fan of McCoy's commentating, but I think he'll fit in with the argument of Skip.
Yeah, you got to have somebody that's basically always on the other side of it. Mm-hmm. Nick Wright would be somebody good. I actually like Nick Wright, even though I rarely agree with him. But I still think he's a very entertaining guy. But I don't think they would mesh well. Yeah, like Nick Wright seemed like the type of dude that might cuss him out one of these days. Get to that point, like, look, man, you're not about to keep on saying these crazy
They're gonna go black just to keep it black and white.
Oh yeah, they got to.
They should.
Yeah.
It's like Family Feud. you don't watch it when it's two white families going against each other. Right. You watch it every single time you watch Family Feud. It's a black family against a white family. Right. Keep it a buck. You turn on Family Feud right now. It's a black family against a white family.
You gonna be locked in?
Yeah, because you got somebody to root for.
Right.
Keep it a buck.
I've always wondered this. I know we all root for the black family when they're on there, but do the white folks root for the white family?
Of course they do.
Except for my mom. I used to watch for that reason. I'll be sitting there watching.
What you gonna do, Ma?
Root for her. She just laughing at everybody's everything. I'm like, you trying to be in the middle here. See what's going on.
More NBA news. The Suns on the verge of waiving Chris Paul to make him a free agent. Lots of rumors about him being waived, but he hasn't been officially waived yet.
Oh, I thought it was done.
It's not official yet. They could buy out his contract and he could become a free agent and actually return to the Suns. But there's a way that they could buy this contract where he'd be ineligible to return to the Suns, man. What y'all think gonna happen with CP3?
I hope he get another shot, but I don't know. I think it might be over.
Over?
I think it's over.
He gonna start a podcast?
Yeah. Stay farm. Now I hope he gets, man. That's just a dude that deserves. He really did no bad things to deserve the.
Man, he's a nut kicker, man. He can kick many niggas in the nuts.
I mean, there's a million dudes in the league that was like that. So
wild boy.
He coming off an era that was like that though, for real.
True.
He gonna find a spot. I know they linked him to the Warriors. They linked him to the Clippers, which I don't get because they already got Russell Westbrook. I don't want to see him on the Lakers.
Yeah, you know that's where he's going. Bruh.
Melo gonna unretire. They're gonna have a whole
Andy Wade, the banana boat return.
Man,
powwow.
I don't know because the Suns were linked to James Harden. This could be a reason why they are releasing Chris Paul to make some room. I don't know, man. This is one of the more entertaining seasons, I must say.
Yeah, this is gonna keep us entertained all off season long to see where he ends up, see where like you talked about James Harden, talked about with Kyrie, see where all these
Dame is on the move.
Dame is talking big shit, and I said this to my guys, like, hey man, if the Heat gotta lose for Dame to get there, it's a sacrifice that they're gonna have to take. If you can get Dame and lose the NBA Finals, that's what you're gonna have to do. I think CP3 ultimately ends back up with the Suns again. I think he gets the buyout, he stays with the Suns, and they go ahead and find a starting point guard, and then he starts to come off the bench. I think wherever he goes outside of the Lakers, he's gonna be coming off.
Yeah, that's what it needs to be. Save his legs.
I can see that.
Other big news: Kyrie Irving, oh Lord, put it out there.
Pause.
that hey man, LeBron, why don't you come to the Mavs? Join us, me, Luka, you. Kyrie Irving wants LeBron James to go to the Mavs.
I'll think about it.
Nah, it's not happening.
Nah, hell no.
It's not happening.
Hell no.
I can't see it. That ain't even a winning team.
and that will solidify the barbershop ammo on LeBron forever. So he would just be a floating ass. Let me conform this big three and try to win. He already gets a lot of that slander anyway. So I think that would never happen.
The largest cap ever.
Yeah,
this is never happening in a million years. Yeah. LeBron James is not going nowhere.
No,
he's going absolutely nowhere. The only two things that he can do is play ball or retire. And he ain't retiring. He's going to play ball for the Los Angeles Lakers. There's no way that he's going there. But what do the Mavs have to give the Lakers? The only thing they have to give is Luka.
Yeah, right.
Like, so obviously that is not happening. I also read the full article that Shams and Chris Hayes came out with. And the Mavs had a meeting during this past season about trying to trade for LeBron James, but also inside the article said they couldn't trade for LeBron James because of all these cap restrictions and he just signed a contract then, so you're not eligible to be traded until X amount of days. So you had a meeting about something that wasn't even possible.
Right.
This is the dumbest thing ever. And I think like this Shams guy, like a lot of these reports aren't even like really reports, man.
Rumors of reports.
Yeah, rumors of reports, man, to get the buzz going on Twitter and social media. And that's why like NBA Twitter is a real thing. Because anything that's a rumor, if Shams or Chris Hayes or any reporter puts it out there, the rumor mills should start going and going and going and talking and talking and talking. So unless Woj said, I really don't fuck with it.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't fuck with it.
Especially all these cock sources. Y'all done seen it. All you got to do is put a picture out, you know what I'm saying, with the bold text. That shit look real as fuck, man.
See, you was talking about being a stats and average dude, and when I started watching the YouTube videos about the DraftKings and it would get into that world, I started following all these beat writers for the teams in all these cities. So I got all these beat writers. When news break, it'd be like, I'd be like, oh, baby, this is real because 12 of them are talking about it versus the one that's just floating through Twitter. So that's kind of how I gauge, I better share this with somebody because my phone started going crazy. And I'm like, oh, time to mute these beat writers because they're all talking about the same shit.
Right. More NBA news, man. Commissioner Adam Silver talking about expanding the NBA. More teams. Which two cities should get NBA franchises?
He's doing two?
That's the rumor.
I think it's coming close to our way.
I fuck with it.
Coming close to our way. I think Louisville gonna get one.
Okay.
I think Nashville gonna get one.
Oh.
Vegas is definitely getting one.
Yeah.
And I think they're bringing it back to Seattle.
I agree with this 1,000,000%. Vegas for sure. Seattle probably a close second to get these. But I'm a person that doesn't believe they should expand the league. I'm also a person that believes baseball people remember this. There used to be a team called the Montreal Expos. They ain't around no more. Like team retraction used to be a thing. And I think if we constantly keep expanding, making more and more teams, it dilutes the product. Because there's a big article broken down about the Bulls that won 72 games and only 10 losses. Well, during that stretch, they had two expansion teams. One were the Vancouver Grizzlies and the Toronto Raptors. Like, oh, man, you're beating up on a bunch of bum teams, yada, yada, yada. Probably true. Most likely true. But in that case, you have more players in the NBA. We already have teams constantly tanking already. Look at the Rockets. They're rolling out dudes that should be in the 10th grade in the NBA. What do you think is going to happen? They're going to get steamrolled by everybody. And then you wait 4 or 5 years, and then you get them playing like OKC. You get SGA balling out of control, but still, they were in the play-in. So you got so many bad teams in the NBA. Making two expansion teams is going to give you more of a bad product.
You're going to have players like, this is no shade because he can hoop, but you're going to have players like Spencer Dinwiddie being a superstar on somebody's squad versus being Luka's right hand.
I'm glad you said that.
Know what I'm saying?
Because in the NBA, obviously there's a cap, supermax. So there was a time where LeBron was a supermax player getting the biggest bag possible, but also a supermax player was John Wall. Does anybody think LeBron James and John Wall should be mentioned in the same paragraph, same book at all? No offense to John Wall, but that's just the reality. That's why baseball, sometimes I think they do it right, sometimes I think that they do it wrong, because there is no cap in baseball. The Yankees can pay Aaron Judge as much money as they want. But because they're no cap. Yeah, facts. But like in the NBA, if you meet certain thresholds, you make all NBA team. It don't matter if you make all NBA first team or second team, you get this X amount of bag if you get this max extension. We're gonna see that right now with Jaylen Brown when he's gonna be getting like $60-something million a year. A dude that can't dribble with his left hand.
Yeah, man.
It's wild, man. It's wild.
So you're not for the expansion?
I'm not for the expansion at all. I'm actually for a retraction.
Yeah.
Who we cutting there?
Because if you get less teams, you get better basketball. Yeah. I'll go the MLS, the soccer, how they do across the pond. Hey man, you have to win X amount of games or this percentage of your games in order to keep your NBA rights. If you're not, you relegated to the G League. Like it's just gotta be, man. It'll never do that.
Right.
It'll never do that because the owners in the NBA are way too powerful and make too much money. And you can't take away the Houston Rockets. I mean, Houston's one of the biggest cities in the United States. So you're not going to give away. Yeah, you're not going to take away that big ass media market. But still, man, like it should be penalties out here, man. You shouldn't just, get to have an NBA team just because you've been here for the longest, man.
Right.
Like, you got to be able to bring in that revenue, man. You got to be somebody out here. You got to at least be trying. And the more teams you have, the worse the product going to get. All right, more NBA news. This shit just don't stop in the association, man. Sheesh. We're saving the best for last.
Oh, I know.
Best believe that. Ja Morant.
Oh my gosh.
His camp is trying to put it out there that was a toy gun in the video. That wasn't a real gun. Don't suspend me, Mr. Commissioner.
It's already the deed is the damage is done, man. Yeah. Commissioner already came out and said we just waiting on this last finals game.
We ain't trying to fuck up the vibe of the finals.
Tuesday at 9 a.m. we gonna find out what that suspension gonna be, buddy.
Yeah. Nah, man. If it was a toy, why did they wait so long to come out with this? Like, what's his team doing, or like what's going on in the background for that to be what y'all land on 2-3 weeks later?
I hate when the Twitterverse makes it seem like these billion-dollar corporations ain't gonna take the steps before they go out here and publicly say something to the world that they know what the hell they talking about. So they're gonna at least go in and do their due diligence to figure out, hey, we're gonna have to hire some private investigator. You know, they got that trust, they got the bread to do whatever they need to do to figure out what they need to figure out. So they wouldn't hold it and be like, we're gonna sit on this to say it was a toy gun, and then bro, we already know. It's already out there. It's already over.
He done already apologized.
Yeah, again. He's about to play in 57 games next year.
What y'all think the appropriate suspension should be?
I think he's getting to 30. 30 games.
That's fair. I think that's fair. And you know what? If it really was a toy gun, I'm going to 50 games. Because you think this is a fucking game.
Right.
You think like, I had a real gun, but now I got a toy gun. What you gonna do?
Right.
Oh, we'll give you 50.
Yeah.
We'll give you a good fight. Matter of fact, you take the whole 82 off, bro. Like, I wouldn't even be mad at that. Just out of spite. Out of spite, I wouldn't even be mad at that.
Once they give him a whole year, is that too much?
I don't think so. But I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
I believe a year stern punishment.
Yeah, a year would be like, yo, they ain't fucking around. So.
30 games is where it needs to be.
Yes, an entire season, 50 games is OD. But like, if it truly was a toy gun, I'm tacking on games for that. Mm-hmm. If it was a real gun, all right, we do 30. You think it's a fucking you're laughing in my face. Right. You're disrespecting me. So I'm gonna tack on more games.
Yeah.
And don't think that Commissioner Silver has an ego. Yes, he has an ego, like, hey man, I am the commissioner of one of the biggest leagues in the world, a sport that doesn't have a whole bunch of back and forth with its players like the NFL does. We don't really go on these labor strikes. I give in, quote unquote, to your demands. 95% of the time. You want to put Black Lives Matter on the court? Absolutely. You want to do this for this cause? Absolutely. You want to have the HBCU Classic? Absolutely. Whatever you guys want to do. We want to have a higher revenue split with the TV partners? Fine. You don't have labor strike with the NBA. So from his perspective, look, man, I give y'all everything y'all want. I have an open door policy, and you want to play around with guns. Right. Fuck that. 82.
Yeah, for real.
I do.
I need that whole clip for the rant this week.
Yeah. Now for the moment we've all been waiting for.
Freaky Z.
Go ahead, Jizzle, the floor is yours.
Freaky Z. Can one of y'all pull up the tweets? I don't have the tweets pulled up, so the Zion Williamson of the New Orleans Pelicans is expecting a baby girl. Shout outs to Zion. Him and his future baby mama had their gender reveal, posted all over social media. Fantastic. Congratulations. It was not even a few hours later. Are y'all familiar with the work of Mariah Mills?
I Googled her work for research purposes only.
Okay.
This broad is so ill built.
Oh, somebody said.
My God.
Somebody said she was built like a deep breath.
Zion.
I thought there's so many of them, but I found a couple.
Yeah, she was going in on business days. Like this was during the work week that she was just airing out private Snapchat messages, private texts. But yeah, she basically was. You got the pull up the one where she talking about spitting. Yeah. She says, "Remember when you wanted to have a threesome with white girls to spice up the sex life? And when I found him, you said, no, I don't want to share you." Damn,
gosh, this guy.
Yeah, man, he out here trying to NBA it too. You can't NBA it with the Twitter verses, man.
One of the ones, she was like, she said, "I let you spit in my mouth."
And then, man, this guy is a wild boy.
Wow.
He's a gentleman, though. Did y'all see his, like, he's being nice about it. Please delete these messages. Why are you doing this?
Don't do this to us.
Right.
Look, man, I say it like this. So the baby mama, she's an OnlyFans woman. So he has an OnlyFans baby mama and then a full-blown porno star as a side piece. Now, I'm sure he's not the only professional athlete out here banging porn stars.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, Jimmy Garoppolo, you know what I'm saying? He hold hands with him at the mall.
Right.
So, he's doing his thing. But the difference is sloppy versus, hey, man, this is on the up and up. He's out here looking like a complete buffoon.
Yeah, man.
Aren't there NDAs? Like, I haven't seen nothing like this, and I don't remember.
Exactly. Sloppy behavior.
He ain't that organized.
Like, it seems like he's handling it himself. He's acting like he's a regular Joe Schmo like ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm going to slide into her DMs and see what's popping.
Right.
And she replied back, and he doing all the flying out and all that type of stuff, paying for this, paying for that.
He was trying to move her in.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, you got to have people for that. Like, Ja Morant got all these hanger-ons. Like, they should be doing the job. Just like Zion should have hanger-ons doing the job for him. Like, you notice, like, this shit never, like, even though Carmelo was out there doing his 1-2 thing, it really didn't get out there until him and Lala got divorced, that he had a kid on her. Like, because he got people handling this. Hey, man, so-and-so says she knocked up, man. Slide her some money. Shut this bitch up. Right. Like, keep her happy, keep all that shit on the side. Zion looks like he's going about this all by himself, which you should not. You should have a middle person for all this.
We've all seen dudes that, we know that, like, they ain't the squarest away, they ain't the coolest, and they get some bread, and that don't make you cool, that don't make you squared away, that don't make you make you be able to handle those things. You just a nigga with money,
yeah,
but you just still that sap ass dude that you was growing up, and it boils into this.
So
I'm hoping he ain't that, but that's what it's looking like.
Yeah, I'll be honest. At first, when I was reading all those tweets and her going crazy and talking about she was helping him get better, I'm thinking like myself, no, you weren't. You never played. Whatever you were doing wasn't working.
It wasn't working.
So and then I was like, man, F her, whatever. He probably is banging her, but her putting his business out there, I ain't with that. Until I found out the baby mama is not Instagram, but a OnlyFans girl. So she's also putting her parts out there for public view for $1. So this is the type of woman he likes.
There's a third girl.
Treyway.
Yeah. Y'all ain't see the third chick?
3 of them.
3 of them things. She done posted his picture, his big
back.
laying in the bed.
So yes. So out of the 3, she's the best.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah. I haven't seen her.
Oh yeah.
He need to leave all the baby mama and his corner ball for number 3. Number 3 is nice.
The deep breath.
I will say shout out to Zion for beating the Snow Bunny allegations because we thought he was going the white way.
And maybe he should have.
Hey,
because this shit is terrible.
Yeah. Nah, shout out to Zion though, man. Young, living it up, man. It's a blow over. We'll have some new news by next week, man.
Factual. You are very true, man. This shit is wild, man. All right, man.
Hold on.
Go ahead, bro.
We left out some very, very, very big sports talk.
I think you better read some more tweets.
This is all you.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So the PGA, Live Golf, and the DP World Tour, out of nowhere, decided to pull a 180 and quit all this beefing and legal litigations and suing this and suing that and say, hey, we're going to just merge together and become one. And it rocked the golf sports sports talk and golf channel literally talked about it all day on Monday. But it's random as hell. I feel bad for a few golfers that, held on to that loyalty of I don't want to leave the PGA. They could have got this up front, like Phil Mickelson, I'll give the example, $200 million up front to go to Live Golf. He takes that $200 million. We don't know all the details yet, but if we're all going to be merging into one, Phil will be back playing as a PGA event. He just got $200 million to go play some golf for a year.
Oh, okay. I was just about to ask that because I do remember talking about this. And that was just a year ago.
Yeah.
So they got the big bag for going over here.
They probably got half of it, I would say.
Okay, that's still a big bag.
Yeah, exactly.
There was a quote unquote backlash for a couple months, and then now. So, can you explain this in football or NBA terms? Like, how would you compare it? Can you compare this?
So yeah, it would be. I would compare this to
like the XFL and the NFL merging. Like, is there anything similar?
Yeah, you get the NFL, you get the XFL, and then you get like the Nike top 100 out of high school players that are just kind of those kind of guys, and they all come together and say we're gonna all just be one big league and play football against each other.
Okay.
So it's really like Live Golf is new, PGA is old, DP World Tour is just kind of like your chase to the PGA, what that always has been. Kind of like they have
all combined.
They have Corn Ferry tours, and they have the Canadian tour, and they have World Tour. It's 1,000 of them, but that's just that one was kind of like, why are they a part of this? But I guess their World Tour touch is greater than some of the others. But all in all, man, this is the PGA was just talking about how backwards this was, how they would never do business with the Live Golf.
They was talking grimy. I remember niggas was pulling character into question.
So now you got the commissioner that's trying to be like, oh yeah, we all good now, and you got players that are they want to unionize. They want to figure out ways to get compensated for their loyalty. I mean, it's a mess that hopefully straightens out and hopefully becomes something good for golf. But boy, was that out of nowhere left turn from the commissioner of the PGA, and it all talks to money talks.
Yeah.
When big money's involved, and you say the PGA is going to be in charge of it, that was enough for them to be like, oh, if we're gonna run it, y'all come on in, bring that money
and remind people why people are so upset with the Saudis.
So the big thing for that I can relate it to is there is, you know, the fathers of all these people that have this money, all the money that they did with it in that time frame kind of is what fueled the whole 9/11 stuff and what funded that. So there is a 9/11's wife committee or 9/11 families committee that have been actively on the PGA's ass about not doing business with Live Golf because it is Saudi funded money that the fathers of these sons, you know, was being used to create what we went through in 9/11 and all the things that are happening now in the world, you know. So that's a big thing that the PGA kind of like said, fuck y'all, we getting this money,
right.
And if that's what it looks like, because a lot of I've seen a lot of tweets and just things about how that's going to be a, you know, backbreaking, and they were getting huge. This committee of 9/11 with this whole Live Golf and legalization. I mean, the suing and litigation that was going on. This committee was becoming like the kind of voice of the PGA's not going to do this because they're doing the right thing, and now they off with their heads. You know,
so let me ask you. Obviously, they funded what happened in 9/11, which started a war that you were a part of.
Correct.
You're a golf person.
Correct.
What are you gonna do?
What makes it tough for me is the golfers that they Live Golf has taken away. For instance, what kind of shook this up? Brooks Koepka is a Live golfer that just won a PGA major again. So
should have won the Masters, would have won this one.
The whole thing of you're gonna go to Live Golf, you're not gonna practice, what's gonna drive you to be great. Well, they're still kicking your ass. And this whole, I wasn't really a fan of Live Golf, not because of what, like I like if it wasn't that, if it was Kevin Kev Golf, then yeah, but like just kind of what that stands for, the whole thing behind it, I just wasn't really, I would look at it, I might watch the highlights, but I wasn't like actively going to the CW app and trying to support it, you know what I'm saying? So I personally like the history of what the PGA stands for. I kind of personally like that, you know, those Jack Nicklaus records, those Arnold Palmer records, those Tiger Woods records, those mean something to me. That's kind of what made me like golf. And I like the idea of this whole new thing, but how it came about, nah, I wasn't really rocking with it.
Yeah, man. So for me, I immediately thought to like, you know how Elon Musk talks all this stuff about like, oh man, electric cars, Tesla this, Tesla that, everybody's gonna be driving a Tesla or electric car about a year, 2020, blah, blah, blah. No, the fuck we not. Because this is all oil money. So if they got enough money to make the highfalutin PGA team up with them, what do you think is next? The NBA is next. The NFL is next. Those are the leagues that they're going to be coming after. MLB is going to be next. Could you imagine the Saudis having an investment stake in the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, or a financial investment in the Los Angeles Lakers, or a financial investment? Yeah, the Steelers, like one of these brand name teams from that we think, oh, this is America, or any of the teams that play in New York. Like that's on the way. That's gonna happen. So for people saying they're going to boycott the PGA for this, okay, because the PGA is not NBA. It is not, damn sure not the NFL.
Yeah.
And I get it, man. We're in a capitalistic society, man. This is where we live at. It's always about the money. It's always going to be about the money. But for people that say they're going to boycott, go ahead and do your Googles and see all the things that they're already invested in. They're already invested in Uber. So next time you take a trip out of town, how you gonna get to point A to point B?
Exactly.
You gonna jump in a cab,
right?
Or you gonna jump in that Uber?
Man, it's so crazy. This, how do I want to say this? If you merge all these together, somebody like Ricky Fowler, who Buzz, you know the name, you know who he is, offered X amount of dollars, turned it down. Stay loyal, went through a funk, had a kid, got married, getting back to being good golf again. And then somebody like Phil or somebody even like Harold Varner, he was a black dude that played golf. He got the check. He comes back with all this, you know what I'm saying? Like how does that locker room merge? How do you be paired? Like it's just gonna be so much that the PGA has to fix now.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm like, how? How do you fix that?
Yeah, a lot of beef.
So you can't really fix the loyalty part. So they stay loyal to the PGA. I get that, but some players that missed out. Tiger wasn't never going to go, but he got offered $800 million to go.
Do they give him like a thanks for sticking with us stimulus?
How though? Like Tiger them took all they. Tiger's the reason why golf is the purses is not $200K no more.
Mm.
First place was $200K when Tiger started. Now it's $4 million, $3 million in these majors. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't hurting for no bread, but like it's players out there that, it's players out there like people don't understand with golf too. When you see them on Saturday and Sunday, that's when they make their money. If they didn't make it to Saturday and Sunday, they spent all that flight, all the caddy, all the family, all the coaches, and they just spent that money to go try to win some money and didn't. And and if you get on a funk of 8 weeks of that, you done spent some money.
Yeah. They're independent contractors. Yeah. That's why they've been talking about trying to unionize.
So it is about the bread at the end of the day for these guys. And it's like, man, PJ gonna have to do the purse is gonna get bigger.
Don't have to.
Don't have to.
All right, man. Moving on to I was gonna say sports talk. Moving on to music talk real quick. Nicki Minaj announces her new album is dropping in October. Does anybody care?
Yeah, I'll check it out.
I do not care.
I'll give it a spin. She stay with a hit. You ain't like the F R
no
E. That was all right.
I mean, it's a radio hit.
And DJ that I'll be able to play no.
I don't think I have. I'll check it out. It's Nicki Minaj.
I mean, I guess I mean, if I open up the Apple, music and it's there, and I'm on the way to work, I'll give it the 20-minute ride.
I'll be forced to listen to it.
Oh yeah. Oh, your wife?
No. The place of employment.
They gonna make you.
But there's a war going on in the world of hip hop. If y'all haven't noticed, it is a war going on between Cardi and Nicki. Y'all notice what they doing?
What they doing?
They're hopping on whoever is the new hot girl song. Like, yeah, I'm gonna jump on your remix. Like, Nicki is now on the chick Sexy Red Booty Hole Brown Coochie Pink song. She's on the remix for that. She got the joint with Ice Spice. Then obviously Cardi with Glorilla and all that type of shit. So like, there's a war going on.
I ain't even peeped like
that. There's a war going on. So. Do I care about an album? No. Do I care about the war? I guess.
Cardi already done leveled up to the Nicki Minaj level?
Yeah. Off of one album.
That's crazy.
A whole bunch of singles.
Yeah. Nah, shit fire, man. Can't lie.
Get that money. Also, man, Young Buck reportedly having to sell his catalog to pay off his debt to 50 Cent.
Yeah, I think I heard on the radio this week that it was like 750 was like the number. I think that it was ultimately going to be, but had like 450, 500K of that was debt.
Ooh.
250 of that 600 debt was to 50 Cent, and 51 of his bread back. And man, I don't know. Is that catalog worth 750?
Nigga, I was looking like what catalog?
Yeah,
the only album I know is straight out of Cashville.
Yeah.
Good album, but I don't know anything else.
I guess he was on some.
Sure, they want to ride with me.
Yeah,
we can get low.
If his name's on the 50 Cent with Yayo and Buck, does all that matter in the catalog round of things?
Mm-hmm.
Is 50 being an asshole here? Is he being too much of an asshole? Taking Young Buck's money.
If he owns
Tierra Marie's money,
I'm sure he could find ways to not be that way, but we know that 50 is gonna get every penny he can get from life.
Run his bread. If you owe him, pay your fee.
Pay your fare, comb your hair. Shouts out to Uncle Charlie Wilson. He was on Tiny Desk concert, kicking off Black Music Month, tore it down.
Yeah.
Haven't had a chance to watch the Babyface one that just dropped recently.
Dope.
But
both are dope.
Tore it down.
Yeah.
Definitely good vibe.
Charlie had the I think it was around the 11-minute mark. He had the whole church breakdown.
Hey, I was in my crib dancing. I was getting it. Nah, that was a good one.
It was nice. Charlie got them hits.
Oh yeah, on that. All right, it's time for week 2 reveal. We're about to drop the next 10 songs, making it on the official You Can't Make This Up podcast, top 50 hip hop songs of all time. But for a review, Killer, could you remind everybody the first 10 songs to make it?
I think so. The first 10, that's that text you said.
Yes.
So we got Biggie Juicy.
Yes, sir.
We got Eric B and Rakim Paid in Full.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Dre and Snoop Nothing But a G Thing. Meek Mill, Dreams and Nightmares. Lil Wayne and Millie, UGK and Outkast, International Players, Anthem, my shit. Future March Madness, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Crossroads, Wu-Tang, Cash Rules Everything Around Me, Cream Get the Money,
Dollar Bill.
and Snoop Gin and Juice.
Everybody foxing with them. Everybody
For
agree.
sure.
All
Yeah,
right.
for
So
sure.
to remind folks, we have a list of 99 songs. You can catch the playlist on Apple Music, not on Spotify, unfortunately.
No, they only let you do 50 song playlists unless you like upgrade. I'm not upgrading.
Fair
And
enough.
our playlist rocking with that 100.
Facts. So what we did is we looked at all the songs. We individually came up with 50 songs. We all looked at them. Well, I looked at them, and we're going to see which songs we all agree on. So it has to be a 3-for-3 sweep for you to be officially on the list. So all 10 of those songs were on all 3 of our lists, and these next 10 are on all 3 of our lists. So here we go. Officially making the top 50. MC Ricky D, Slick Rick, Children's Story is officially on the list.
Always goes up.
Yes.
Sir.
Never can miss with that.
Another song from the great Notorious B.I.G. making the list.
Okay.
Get Money is on there. Shouts out to Lil Kim. One of the rare times that I believe Biggie was equal on the song. I won't say all that, but I will say equal, even though he did write the entire song. Shouts out to Notorious B.I.G. Shouts out to Lil Kim. Get Money is officially on the list.
Okay.
Let's take it to the West Coast.
Hey.
So many people know Ice Cube as the actor, movie producer, director, but yes, he used to be a rapper back in the day, and Today Was a Good Day is probably the greatest story song of all time that everybody and their mama knows, word for word. Messed around and got a triple-double and picked up basketball. I don't know how that's possible.
Yeah, check out the Logic cover.
Don't do that. Right? Funny enough, there's a line on there that says, got a beat from Kim and she can do it all night. O'Shea, his son, says, man, it was so hard going on tour with my dad being his hype man. And when you do that part of the song, got a beat from Kim, she can do it all night.
That's his mama?
That's his mom. That's my mom, dude.
Right.
That's pretty gross.
Right.
Also making a list, we have a group making a list. If I can find the song. Where's the song go? Shouts out to a Tribe Called Quest. Nice. Scenario, probably the greatest group song of all time. Also on there is, of course, Leaders of the New School. Shouts out to Charlie Brown. And, of course, Busta Rhymes on there as well. If you've never seen their performance on Arsenio Hall, do yourself a favor and definitely check it out. All right. Making his appearance on here. And it's going to make Dizzle very, very, very happy.
Yo, dude.
I don't know about that. Mr. Kanye West is officially on the list when Jesus walks.
Classic.
Shouts out to old Kanye West. He is officially on the list. Another great song. I do a terrible rendition of the beat, but it's a great song.
Hey, this changed the lunch rooms. This is when niggas was on the table with the pens.
Shouts out to the Clips, making a list right there with Brian. Another throwback. We keeping it way in the 80s for this. I was surprised it actually made the list. So shouts out to Dizzle for getting this on the list.
What's this one?
It's my shit. Yes.
Dougie Fresh, the show, is officially on the list of the top 50 songs of all time. You can't make this up podcast.
I was looking at the music video. That's what really got me, because they had the crowd rocking. He was really jigging. I'm like, I see what's going on. I can't hate.
R.I.P. to the late great DMX. He is on the list officially with this one right here. And people don't believe me. According to Swiss Beats, this is the first beat he ever made.
Really? Cat.
Hey, according to him.
It's a good story.
Hey, it was a great story. And the number 9 song this week making it on the list. Killer, go ahead. Tell the story about how you listen to this album nonstop overseas during the war again.
This is definitely 2003 February came out. I was deployed February of 03. I got the album in April of 03 in a care package with my mom with some cookies and some other shit. And me and my boys passed that CD around, and it became the soundtrack to the whole deployment.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah,
It's a good album too.
To do it every day.
Classic. And the final song officially making the list.
Hey.
Was there any doubt?
Never.
This went up last night when I played it.
Right?
Shouts out to Juvie the Great, officially on the list. It's a wedding song now. Shouts out to Juvie. Back that ass up.
So, how many more, or do you know how many more songs that we all agree on?
We have 0.
So that's it.
That is it.
So,
we have made it to 20 songs that we all agree on.
We got
20 songs. Yes. So, the way I figure it is we'll take the remaining songs that we did not agree on, put them back in the pool, because we can't go back to the big pool because those songs didn't initially make our cut.
okay.
So we throw these songs back into the pool and we say, 20? And you're 20 out of these. See if we can round up another 10.
Okay.
Getting crucial.
We'll have to do something in the note where we either bold it or bullet point the one that's already gone. And
I will send out the list.
It's
So
tough.
it's getting
tough.
tougher. It's getting tougher. I'm glad you asked that question.
Yeah. So you're sending us the remaining.
Yeah, the remaining songs.
And then we got to pick 20 out of those and see how many we agree on. What if we don't agree on none, man? We'll figure it out.
Cross that bridge when we get there. All right, man. Quick hitters before we slide up out of here. Dizzle, can you handle this, please?
Did y'all see the new Apple product that's coming out?
The eye thing.
Yeah.
3,500.
Yeah, is it 30? Yeah, 3,500. So it's called the Apple Vision Pro. They're steering away from calling it a headset. Like during a little seminar, they never said headset. So I'm assuming they're going to eventually make it smaller, make it look like just some little smart glasses. But it's basically the Iron Man suit. You know what I'm saying? You put on this little device, and you can control apps as you do on your phone through the device, and you're using your hands and like doing movements to move throughout the apps and the little things you can do.
Yeah.
So the big thing about this that's different from the other VR devices is that you can see the world around you while you have the headset on. Like with the VR devices, you put the VR device on, that's all you see.
Right.
You know what I mean? So somebody could, I think they did like this little test where the nigga had it on and somebody kicked him a ball and he was able to catch it. And, you know, somebody comes into your view, you're able to see them, and then they can see your eyes. So that's going to look a little weird. But are y'all interested at any point? Because you're an iPhone guy, you got a Mac, you're an iPhone guy, Mac. This is the newest product. Are you down? You got the Apple Watch. Like
I'll be down when it's on sale for $7.99.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I think this is gonna bomb. I think it's gonna bomb badly. Remember the Oculus that wave for like about 2 months?
Mm-hmm.
You don't see Oculus commercials too much anymore. I think this wave is over.
This is too much of a selective market. There's not a lot of people in this world that's dropping 3,500 on something. That got 3,500 to drop on something. So
yeah,
the market that you are getting this out to is selective, and true enough, that's their right to do that. The iPhones ain't losing no beats, but I don't think that this one is it. But I think they're on their way to controlling that space.
Yeah, I think eventually it'll get to a point to where they'll drop the price. It may stay that amount though. You know what I'm saying? Because Apple's known
Yeah.
niggas make payments on their phone. You know what I'm saying?
You can get a nice MacBook Pro for $3,500.
Do y'all know anybody that's done the virtual game experience? Like, oh man, you can put on your headset and go to the front row of the NBA game and watch it. Do y'all know that anybody that's done that?
Mm-mm. I know porn might go crazy on this shit though.
Was Zion
Right?
Bill?
They'll have to make it smaller too, because it look like ski goggles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Big and bulky. If they eventually get to it where it's a little bit more presentable, it don't look crazy.
I'm sure I'll see somebody in Vegas with them, or so soon enough you'll see somebody that has to have it. So
yeah,
we'll get some live reviews on YouTube in a few months, and then we'll know from there. But I'm with Kev. I think this is an in and out. This is not going to last around. But I think they're on their way to controlling that space.
Yeah, dropping early next year.
What else going on with the quick hitter, Joe?
Singer Khalees, 43, is dating actor Bill Murray, 72.
Go ahead, Bill.
My milkshake bring all the boys to the yard.
I used to have a crush on Khalees, like a lot of people did. Yeah. But like, what's going on here? I mean, really? Really?
I don't see it at all. I don't understand.
Khalees still look good.
My brother said she looked like she smelled like a game of pickup basketball, and then that turned me off from her forever. So, shouts out to Khalees. Shouts out to great Bill Murray, man. Wildfire.
So I'm certain y'all have seen the pictures. It looks like they under a filter in New York, but wildfires in Canada had 17 states under air quality advisory. We were one of those states. Did y'all kind of look up at the sky and kind of see the haziness?
Yeah, I did.
The weekend of my cousin's wedding, I want to say that was June 3rd. So that Sunday, Monday, whatever that was, I had to go back to the music store where I had borrowed some might need contraptions for this setup. And when I walk in the store, leaving Kettering, I was like, man, it's kind of like this little hazy, little smoky feel outside. I get to my side of town, Clayton. I walk in the store, the guy said, what's on fire outside? I was like, man, it's all the way in Kettering. And we didn't know until a day or two later what that was from Canada. But we had a little taste of it here. It ain't been as crazy as that and nowhere near as crazy as New York. Shouts to my dude, Donnell Gregory, Dr. D. He travels back and forth, and he posted a video, just celebrated his birthday, went back to New York, and he was outside with the mask on, couldn't barely see across the street. I mean, it was like orange. It looked crazy.
Yeah,
rusty orange.
Yeah, it looked like zombie apocalypse had taken place up there in NYC. But yeah, it was super hazy here. I was like, man, what's going on? Until I was kind of disconnected, and then I saw what was going on in the news. I was like, that explains it. Explains a lot.
Yeah,
for the asthma folks.
So they're saying that they, the fires are still going on. It hasn't been put out yet. So beware. You know what I'm saying? We are not in the clear yet. I know it's cleared up for now, but there's a possibility of it coming back and fucking up the air. New York City was ranked first among worst air quality in the world at one point.
Damn, I know Fairborn made that list as well too.
Yeah. Fairborn was on the list. Damn. Yeah, it's hitting hard. I think New York was hit the hardest in America. So yeah, hopefully they get this shit together in Canada, man.
Got to. Well, there it is. Another episode of You Can't Make This Up podcast. Kev Nash.
DJ Killer Kev.
Hey, Dizzle.
We out till next week.
Peace.